Hi, my name is Andreas. I turned from a lighting designer into a marketing professional, and this is how I connected the dots. My name is Andreas Heiland. I'm working for a large technology company here in Munich. If you're enrolling for a creative study or a profession and aim for that profession, it's in the main cases that's about being self-employed in the end, building up your own business, starting your own career, and of course the goal is of course to be at the top 5% in the end in the market, where people know you and see what you have done and then see what you've created, of course. When I left school, I basically I had three options for myself. One was the very safe option, saying, hey, I'm studying anything with business administration. I was kind of into that, but on the other hand, I felt that was a bit boring. The other, basically, the pure opposite would have been enrolling for arts and going to an arts university and trying to become an artist, which I very much would have liked to do, but honestly I haven't dared to do that. And so I felt there is something in between, and that was architecture, because there is at least a slight possibility that you can earn some money with that. On the other hand, it's a creative business, and you are designing cool things, cool stuff, and can influence how people work, how people will live. So I enrolled for architecture and interior design at a university. You have to do the exam there, and you have to do some pre-tests to get accepted. And fortunately that turned out well, and so I went into that direction. The way I founded my own business, or my own design consultancy or lighting design consultancy, I got in touch during the time when I was freelancing for some engineering offices, and I got in touch with some clients, some later clients of me. And so basically I slipped into that area, and then sometime they just asked me if I want to do more work for them. I did lighting design for special lab environments, for workshops, for manufacturing facilities and things like that. And when I was asked by BMW if I can do more for them, I took over responsibility for the global showroom design in the lighting aspect. The point where I was thinking about if this is what I want to do for a very long time or forever was when I started my professional career. We already had one child, and then the second came just 2 years after. And I came to the conclusion, if anything happens to me, if I would have an accident or anything else happens, or if the clients say, hey, we don't have any job for you anymore, the financial risk would be very high for my family. It took some time, and I made my thoughts, and finally I decided to switch on the other side of the table and not work as a lighting consultant anymore, or as a design and architecture, but then move to the industry and work for the industry. The initial plot was, of course, financial stability. Having a family of 4 children, that is quite a financial burden. And so I said, okay, we need to have stability in our family life. Also, my wife wished that I have at least a little bit more spare time. So there was one moment basically, and I still remember that. And when our second child has had his first day in school, I missed out, because basically I had to work, and that is something I've been reminded a lot over the past years, of course. Coming into a company with, at that time, about 14,000 employees, have global matrix structures, having all these workshops, having all these handsome guys walking around, and it was really interesting for me. And so that was the challenge I wanted to have. When I joined the industry, very soon I got my own team. I grew up on the ladder. We're working more internationally, and all these things, from how to lead people, how to communicate with different other cultures, how to understand structures, all that stuff I have never learned before. So basically I did it just my gut feeling. I did some trainings, and then I enrolled in an international management training in the company. And when I was there, with my cohort, we had some discussions, and some people told me, I'm going to do an MBA, and I thought, oh no, I'm not going back to university, so that doesn't have to be for me. And but then it just took some time. I think it was. We ended that training just before Christmas, and during Christmas holidays I was sitting there, and then I looked what the possibilities are, and then I decided, hey, let's do the MBA, because that's something that is independent, it's not company based, and I got a solid foundation. And then I enrolled and applied for a executive MBA program. It was really, really tough. We had a lot to learn in the classes, a lot of study work to do. That was all during weekdays, in the evenings, or over weekends. So it was a tough time for the family. During that MBA period, I was asked if I could take over responsibility for global marcoms for one business unit that we are having at that time. And that was again a huge step forward for me. And again, of course, a lot of possibility to learn new things. I moved from a very small business, basically one person in the beginning, to a very huge corporation. And I wanted to do the opposite again, going back to a very small business with potentially a big future. And that is how I came to that office sharing company, where we built up a platform. You can compare it to Airbnb, but just for office spaces. And we built that, and it was really great fun. Unfortunately, not a big success, because once we launched the platform and people could book office spaces from an hour to a year, from one desk to an entire floor, COVID came, and no one was looking for an office anymore. So that was a great journey. I learned a lot during that time, personally, about people, about business, but also about startup mentality, pushing things, doing something, trying out things, seeing if it works or not, then shifting. So that was really great. Even though I really made strong decisions, in most of the cases, it did not feel so hard. Maybe it's that you carry something on with you for some time, and make your plans, and then once you've made the plan, you're fine with it. There's one decision, and that was the decision for being together with my wife. And that was the boldest and the best decision probably I've ever made. She's basically one of the best things, or even the best thing that happened to my life. And without her, life would have been totally different, I guess. I wouldn't have achieved what we together have achieved. And that's really great, and I'm proud of her. There is a saying, if there is a new situation and that you don't like, there's There are three options. There's the option love it, change it, or leave it. If there is a situation where you are not happy in, you can't strive in that environment. And on the long term, on the long run, you can't be successful anymore. And that probably will be more dangerous than having a bit less income, having less money, or going down one step in the ranks somewhere in a company. Put up a list. What is good? What is bad? And write down your feelings. Write down how you feel. Write it down, put it somewhere. Don't look at it for a day or for two, and then some days after, take that sheet of paper and have a read on that. And I guess you will see things a bit clearer then. Looking forward, you don't know what's going to happen. People are talking about connecting the dots and everything is clear right from the beginning to the end. No, it isn't. It becomes clear if you look back. For me, what was the common thread or the common theme when I think about what I did as a lighting designer, what I did in standing on construction sites. When I sit today with some product managers in the room and some engineers talking about a product and for what the product is good for, and many other occasions in my life before, it's all about collaborating with people, working together with people, trying to be better together. I wouldn't say anymore that's necessary to be a famous architect or a famous marketing guru or something like that. That's not on top of my list. Being fair, being honest, and being a good colleague, a good partner, a good father. These are the things that are really important for me. I really enjoy working together with younger colleagues, helping them, not giving them advice, but giving them food for thoughts on their way, because it's their way and they have to decide how they build their way.